Well, hello and welcome all you wonderful people out there in YouTube land to the Texas Special YouTube channel. This is the October 2025 HO scale product review. And what you see before you is a lifelike, I was about to say Lionel, a lifelike 50-foot all-door boxcar. Now this is an older freight car from the early to mid 80s. It is essentially the original tooling from the Proto 1000 50-footer that we looked at last year, or no, in 2023. This is the original tooling that they used to refine that car. So there are a lot of similarities between that car and this car. We'll start off with the B end of the car. You can see that it has the incorrect trucks. These are frictionless bearing type trucks, unfortunately. We have molded on ladders, half height ladders, and a molded on, cast on grab iron here, as well as a cast on stirrup step here that's slightly oversized. But again, 1980s train set type car, you're not going to get fine scale out of this guy if that's what you're looking for, which I was just looking for an all-door box car to use at the Clayton County Lumber Facility on the Stars Hollow Railroad. You have lots of cast-on detailing with regard to the door latches and door rails. You have the latch mechanism here, you have the camshaft and the half camshell locks and the rods here, as well as some rivet detailing along the individual panels of the doors. And the lettering on this car is actually very well done. You can clearly read the reporting marks and the numbers there. NADX 80032. You can read the load and weight capacity information there. All the little disclaimers and disclosures along the side of the car are legible. And the lettering is very well done. There's no blemishes that I can see in the paint anywhere. The only complaint I have is right here and right here. That is supposed to be the declarations for the car as with regard to when it was last inspected, when it was certified, if it was rebuilt, when it was rebuilt, things and such of that nature. And looking at the A end of the car, you can see it is exactly the same as the B end of the car with regards to the molded on ladder, the oversized stirrup step, the cast on grab iron, and just the various cast on details. There's not really any separately applied details on this car other than the handbrake wheel, which we're going to look at right now. Alright, here we are looking at the B end of the car. Now the B end of the car, as I've said numerous times before, I'll say it one more again. Every freight car, almost every freight car, has an A end and a B end. Some freight cars have multiple B ends, or all ends of the car are B ends. The B end indicates that is the end of the car where the handbrake wheel is. The A end of the car indicates there is no brake apparatus on that end of the car. We're looking at the B end of the car because it is the most detailed end of the car, given that the A end of the car is identical to all this you see here, minus that little guy there and the handbrake chain and apparatus. So you see these half-height ladders here, these various little cast-on beams and rods here. Of course, you have the matching NADX 80032 here. You have this right here, which is just prototypically accurate information regarding the couplers on the car, the wheels, the air brake system. You have this waybill board here, a little crossover platform here. Obviously the handbrake and the chain. You have some cast-on grab irons here and here. And you'll notice there's a KD number 147 or 148 whisker style coupler here. This was installed with the KD Talgo adapters into the original truck mounted coupler box. So this car originally came with horn hook style couplers. They've obviously since been replaced, but the car is still a truck mounted car. Truck mounted coupler equipped car rather. And metal wheels to replace the older plastic wheels. For an older model train car, I do have to say that I am pleasantly surprised with the amount of underframe detailing. Obviously, of course, you have the frame here, the various beams of the frames here, the main beams, the center sill. You have little lateral supports as well as the various bracings underneath to support the floor. The floor is a one-piece plastic item. There are no individual planks molded in to simulate a wooden floor. You do have rivet detailing along the top of the beams on the center sill, and you can also see there's plenty of air brake detailing going on the underside of the car. You got the triple valve here, the piston here, and you have the emergency and service reservoir right here, as well as the various rods and linkages and whatnot that the prototype would have on its air brake system. And normally I would flip the car over, we'd take a look at the roof, but the roof there's nothing going on the roof. It's just flat, like kind of half curved roof, just boring. So something I neglected to mention with this car, you see these little black rectangles here and here. There are two more on the other side of the car. Now that is how the car is held onto the frame. This entire body, ends, and roof are one plastic casting. So if you have one of these cars, or you find one and you want to add some weight to it, the only thing you need to do is just spread the car body apart just enough to where it comes off these locking tabs, and it'll expose the floor on the inside of the car, and you're free to add however many weights you want. I got lucky though, and Lifelike actually added the correct amount of weight to this car per NMRA standards, so there was no need to add extra weight. Now, I've discussed just about everything I can think of on this car of relevance without beating a dead horse too much. So we're going to throw this guy on a train, and we're going to go around for one lap on the main line, and then pull and spot Clayton County lumber. So you can see how this guy handles the 18-inch radius curves and the Bachmann Easy Track switches.